When we put together our cookbook, Totally Vegetarian, and when we're producing these podcasts, the one thing that we really want to focus on is giving you the skills and tools to create really easy recipes that you can use a lot of different ways. I'm making a rhubarb crisp today, and this is a great master recipe that you can use with any fruit, but it's particularly delicious with fresh spring rhubarb. So I'm going to start with 5 or 6 stalks of rhubarb. What I want to do is cut this down so I have about 7 cups of fruit. So I'm going to cut my rhubarb into thirds, just run the knife right down, and then I'm going to cube it into probably 1/4 or 1/2 inch cubes. And this you can decide if you want to have it, bigger or smaller. And drop that rhubarb into a bowl. To that, I'm going to sprinkle in 1 tablespoon of flour, a teaspoon of fresh grated lemon zest, and just a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Now I'll toss all that together just to get the rhubarb coated with the flour and the zest. Now I'll begin assembling the crisp topping. In a large bowl, I have 1 cup of flour, and to that I'm going to add 1 cup of brown sugar. You can use light brown or dark brown. Now 1 cup of whole oats, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You always need a little salt with the sugar to make the sugar taste sweeter. I have 1 stick plus 2 tablespoons of chilled earth balance, which I've cubed. I'm going to drop that right in. And now you got to get your hands in, because this is the best way to do it. I don't want to mix this crisp in the food processor because I'm using whole oats, and if I do that, that's just simply going to chop that down, and what we want to do is just keep that texture. I'm going to do this until it starts pulling together, it starts clumping. You can squeeze it and see it's holding together. I've put my fruit into an 8x8 baking dish, and now I'm just going to grab with my hands my crumble topping and drop that on top. Kind of squeeze it too when you're putting it on top. And then I like to push some down right into the fruit. So it's just really good. It's like kind of doughy on the inside and crispy on top. Get that all in there. My oven's preheated to 425. I'm going to bake this crisp for 15 minutes, then I'm going to lower the temperature to 350 and continue baking for about 30 minutes until the fruit is bubbling up over the crisp topping. My crisp is finished. I'm going to let it rest for about 10 minutes because it's really piping hot, but I love to eat this when it's warm. And if it's possible, you can actually, as I'm spooning it out, smell the tartness of the rhubarb. I can't wait. Remember, keep it light and simple, and as always, absolutely delicious. Enjoy.